never stops. It never is. It's not their our fault. It's not our side fault. Our side fault. It's not Dr. Steve fault. But again, it's just hilarious. I got to rub it in.
Presidential still on it? You gonna autograph it? Oh, sure I'll autograph it. Huh? Yeah. Is that your name?
Now see, look at him. Like I said, he like I don't know. I could be wrong. Like Joey Boy didn't took Brandon. He took acting lessons. I saw it. Was it Law and Order or Law and Order SVU? Must have been Law and Order. There was a mob boss trying to play C now, so he don't get charged as the leader, RICO charges or whatever. Well, Law and Order wouldn't be RICO because there's the state prosecutor, New York State. But either way, they don't want to get prosecuted, the person. So look at it, the glazed over look. It's like technically, I think if you're a talented actor, you could look off into space like that. This nigga ain't, exactly. He don't want charges.
I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
See, he's trying to be funny, and that guy runs up. It's like, nah. Yeah, this is serious, but it's not like y'all say, this is serious. He's running the country. He never was. This con artist is trying to avoid charges, what I say. I could be wrong, but.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy.
And yeah, he's running up, to give him a what do you call a marker, magic marker. And it looks like, Biden is trying to be funny, because the dude down there, he's definitely being funny. That's all good. He's like, do you know your name? And he's like, oh, I don't know my name. And it's like, to me, it's not like he's being, he's dementia, Joe. Sounds like, to me, I don't care. And yeah, put him in prison.
I know you would know about that. What? About being old. No, I know. All right, I'm a young timer. He reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood. Well, I'm just the other one. There you go, man. I need that hat. You want my autograph? Hell no.
He's like, I need that hat. Put it on.
Come on. I ain't going that far.
As he said, he's trying to be funny. He put it on top of his hat. And to me, it's not even disrespectful. He's trying to play it off. Like I said, he's that episode. I know a lot of people don't watch Law and Order. I remember that episode for a reason. The mob boss who tries to play dementia so he don't get prosecuted, or at least he don't go to state prison or.
Gang, if Biden were trying to sabotage Kamala's campaign, he couldn't have done it better than what he did yesterday. Ironically, at a Pennsylvania fire station. And that's because Kamala's campaign is going down in flames.
It did, I say, like I said, is he's trying to not be prosecuted. But they're so evil. He might be trying to fuck it. Yeah, because they like they said they didn't vote. It's supposed to be voted. I voted in primaries. I'm always vote Republican. Da 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 da. Nobody voted for her. The Democrats didn't. Democrat voters. They just put her in. It's like you can't do that. But I'm like, why do everybody keep saying that and nobody's? That's not illegal or something. But. Yeah, how is that possible that she wasn't in a Democrat? There was no, who was the opponent? Who was the Democrat challenger? that she had to run against. They just put her in and took out Biden. That is, like they said, that's a coup.
Got a brand new poll out that's showing nothing less than a massive Trump landslide in the making. This is going to.
But like I said, the only thing it's not counting your eggs. It's before the hatch. It's are they gonna are they able? I know I keep saying looks like they fixed it. Not fix meaning fixed like fixed your car. Look like they repaired the problem. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid Democrat trolls. Yeah.
Absolutely blow you away. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to keep you sane in these insane times. You know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You are not going to want to miss a single episode of poll analysis and trend alerts as we head on in to November. So once again, make sure you smack that bell and subscribe button. Now, before we dive into this new poll that's absolutely catastrophic for Kamala, where do you see this? Another catastrophe we're all feeling is the stress of rising costs. But one of the worst offenders isn't gas or groceries, it's healthcare. Health insurance premiums alone have increased 47% over the past 10 years. It's crazy. So ask yourself, is your money being optimized? Are your doctors following the traditional method per month? You get free prescription supplements, find out more. It's care fitting. But now we have confirmation from multiple video angles that Biden did indeed put on a Trump hat yesterday for all to see. He was visiting a fire station in Shanksville, Pennsylvania that was ironically filled with Trump supporters. Libs were hysterically away. It's not insurance, it's well care. Click on that link below right now. Nobody believed it at first. Woke libs were hysterically claiming at the beginning that this was AI or some other kind of video editing. But now we have confirmation from multiple video angles that Biden did indeed put on a Trump hat yesterday for all to see. He was visiting a fire station in Shanksville, Pennsylvania that was ironically filled with Trump supporters, and one of them got him to put on a Trump hat. Then he said to him, "I'm proud of you now, you old fart." I mean, you can't make this stuff up, and it didn't stop there.
And see, that's another thing. Again, that reminds me of high school. Lame. Like you're trying to not get jumped on or something. No, there's nobody. I ain't talking about like with Biden physically. He they whatever shenanigan, whatever. What I'm saying is you're trying to remain. It's like if somebody tried to pants you or do something swirly or something like that in high school or middle school. Yeah, it's like middle school. You're like, well, that mean the Trump supporter is no. You got to stand up for yourself. I thought Biden was beating people up outside the back of you know, the shed, the wood shed, or whatever. He's taking. It's like if he's too old, then like they said, if that's the case, that's on Jill Biden, his wife, and the Democrats. If Biden honestly would have did that, like 10 years ago when he was in his 60s, I'd have took you, because yeah, I'm getting close to 60. I still could take you outside the woodshed, you know. But if it gets to that point, your family got to take you to jail. They're supposed to be his wife. Like, nah. You can't go behind the woodshed, no. So he got punked out. Some gang shit. No, I know you're like, no, that mean no. I'm talking about so Trump wouldn't have put on a Democrat hat. Trump wouldn't have put on a Biden hat, even in jest, even being funny. That's what I'm talking about. See, you're not stupid. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Trump wouldn't have, you're not gonna put on Michael Jordan wouldn't have put on a Charles Barkley jersey. Philadelphia, and Jordan, whatever, 76ers. He wouldn't have put on a 76ers jersey. Or Karl Malone, the Utah Jazz back then. Yeah, he wouldn't have put on a John Starks, New York. He wouldn't have put on, you know, he wouldn't have. I know, I'm just saying, nobody would have. You know, Charles Barkley wouldn't have put on a Chicago Bulls hat. Vice versa. Yeah, exactly. Nobody would have did. whatever. Don't matter different positions, as far as what they played, but as far as status, they were, you know, superstars or football players, Brett Favre wouldn't have put on, whatever. Or Emmitt Smith wouldn't have put on, a Deion Sanders hat back there. They play different positions, but they's playing at the same time. You know, whatever. And they're not in. Well, see, but running for president, and you shouldn't be enemies. But now we see the Democrats are our enemies.
Biden actually took pictures with a bunch of MAGA supporters. I mean, look at these kids' shirts. They're all wearing Trump.
And no, this don't show Biden is trying to bridge the gap. And it don't show he's dementia. This shows, like I said, maybe he's like, don't prosecute me. Don't send me to prison. Exactly. Don't send me to get more.
Here, it's absolutely hilarious. And perhaps, just perhaps, it's all because Biden saw the latest Pew poll that just came out that has the Democrats.
And yeah, just like he said, that is perhaps. That's exactly what I'm saying. But to Biden, that means real prison. That means all the evidence is coming out. They already got it. It's not, well, they can't, they can, the Democrat, they can destroy it. No, it's already out there. You're like, why they don't do it now? Trust me, there's a reason, a very valid reason. You're not military, you don't understand.
Absolutely melting down, and I'm not even remotely exaggerating. It's a brand new Pew Research poll. It just dropped, and at first glance, you might not think much of it. It has both Trump and Harris tied. They're showing both candidates getting 49% support nationally. But when you dive into the crosstabs of this poll and you look at its historical context, the numbers are absolutely devastating. I mean devastating for Harris. So first and foremost, historical context. Pew, at this time in the race back in 2020, Pew had Biden up by 10. Let that hit you. Biden at this same time in the race in 2020 was, according to this same survey, he was up 10 points in an election that came down to 40,000 votes, 10,000 in Arizona, 10,000 in Georgia, 20,000 in Wisconsin. So in other words, if Kamala wants to win...
Two of these states they keep talking about, Wisconsin, Georgia. You're like, what do you know about one of my, I say it. I never understood why, but I'm telling you, Wisconsin is a deep Democrat gangster state. You know what? I'm talking about, this was after I got in the military, right? One of my little cousins. Because matter of fact, they're still there in Wisconsin. Matter of fact, I called now. I called, like, why did they move out? I never did that. Matter of fact, I might call. Like, why in the fuck did they move to Wisconsin? I can't, I ain't gonna cut. Why did it, move to Wisconsin? Because I'm gonna be like, what part, why, what motivated it? And for what I know, that's why, honestly, at first I was like, what's gangster? No, but they was into some real. That's what. Yeah, he ended up going to prison. They was moving weight, right, or whatever. Da 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 da. Wisconsin. They moved from Birmingham, whatever he was into while I was in the army. And then one time he came back, right, to the old house, their old house. We're all there, and it was kind of weird because I hadn't seen him in years because he's younger than me. So when I was in the lowriders, me and him didn't talk. I was 16, 17, 18, 14, 15. We didn't hang out because he's young. He's like 4 years younger than me. And that's a big difference at that age. When we was real little, he could follow us around. All right, so now fast forward, first thing, hey, come here. What's up? We hug, what's up, nigga? He back from Wisconsin. That's cool. But then it's like I brought all my cars. I'm like, okay, but this like 04, like, man, that costs money, don't it? All that. Then he wanted to show me. He had one of them. It didn't work no more, but he hit the switches. Zip, zip, zip. Oh, okay, well, what makes you? How And this is before I was the first one, really. But anyway, In Georgia, yeah, exactly. See, but Wisconsin and Arizona ain't like Georgia. Georgia's gay town. Whatever. But and no, I wasn't. And really, I was. Happy to see him. I had seen some of my memories. My first times going down south. I think I was about four. Him. He was one of the ones I remember. That nigga had a deep ass voice, and he was on like two, already at two. He's like, what the fuck? I was like six or something, or five. But and so Wisconsin, yeah, yeah. By the time he came back, like in 2010, and he had whatever, and we all went over there. What's up? I heard, yeah, y'all. Then, but then he like, yeah, come here, like what, like not like that. He called me down. Then that ain't that, come here, let me show you. It's like I don't remember telling you all that. What I'm saying, because this would have been like in 1989, 90, and even people in my school really didn't know about hydraulics. Not in Alabama. They didn't know about hydraulics too much really till Chronic came out. Easy, all them videos was out. But cause I read Car Magazine and my folks really, and like my friend, New York, the Cheech and Chong magazine videos. But everybody else really didn't know about hydraulics. But I was reading Lowrider magazine, all that shit, 1990, whatever. And yeah, he was kind of, he brought his cars back. It actually was just simple shit like, well, how you afford this shit? But he had money. That wasn't all right. Whatever. That wasn't it. Well, I mean, I guess that what I'm saying, I wasn't. I was okay. But I'm like, I don't remember. I mean, why? Because everybody was out there. My family. I'm like, how to come get me? All as soon as I pull up, they show me that you got lowriders. That's what I try, But I at the time I know again. I know something was going on. I'm like, well, this Democrat. But what are the states in question? Arizona, Wisconsin. And if you go like this, Arizona and Wisconsin, probably worse than LA. Like y'all might not think so. But I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe I did say something, back in 88, 89. I don't know. I don't remember. But so, what I'm saying, whatever. I'm the one that, influencing, roller riders. And, I ain't telling family business, but, obviously, I guess it was on, whatever. It's public record, them.
Win this election by 40,000 votes by a squeaker. She needs a 10-point lead.
But I was like, Wisconsin, the white. I thought y'all was in my point. I'm like, I thought all y'all was against white folks. This is after I got out there. White folks shit, Wisconsin, what the hell? But I ain't even asked. I just because at that time I'm trying to, like I said, I got to do something for and I want my business and my sponsor. I got to do that. I had time to ponder it. By the time they finally came back, whatever I guess he was moving back for a second, and then they left, whatever.
Right now. And right now, they're tied. She's down 9 from that. This is one of the reasons why the polling analyst, Rich Barris, the People's Pundit, who's simply the best polling analyst out there, bar none, he didn't mince words when he tweeted out, this Pew Research poll is a landslide for Donald Trump. I repeat, a landslide. And it gets even more extraordinary when you look at the demographics breakdown. Trump is winning the white male vote by 20 points. I'm going to say that again. Trump is winning the white male vote by 20 points and the white female vote by 10 points. Now, why is that so significant? Because in 2020, Trump was leading Biden among white voters by just 7 points, 49 to 42. But now, on average, he's beating Harris by twice that, 54 to 40. That's a 14-point lead over Kamala among white voters. But then take a look at what Trump is amassing with the Christian vote. 82% of white evangelicals are supporting Trump, along with 52% of Catholics. Among white Catholics in particular, Trump is crushing it with 61% support. So what we're seeing from Pew is a confirmation, a corroboration, that the white vote is virtually all in on Trump. And to make matters even worse, even more dire for Kamala, voting's already started in North Carolina with vote by mail. It started a few days back over the weekend. And the numbers are coming in. And what do you know? In North Carolina, the vote by mail electorate in 2024 is turning out to be much more white and much more Republican than in 2020. Blacks were 16% of mail-in ballot requests in 2020. That number's dropped to just 12%. And again, to make matters even worse, more blacks are voting Trump than ever before, upwards of 20%. So less blacks are voting. At the same time, more are voting for Trump in an election that's seeing more white.
And see, that's the thing. All this white, black. All of, everybody keep trying to go. But I mean, that's fine. It's a fact. Why aren't y'all voting? Then then leave us the rest of us alone. Us black folks who vote. I've never not. Well, the only time I didn't vote was because I was in the military. Now, I'll look up that video. I'm pretty sure I can find it. And and so if you don't vote, you can't complain. So why aren't y'all voting?
And Republican voting than in 2020, with whites doubling their support for Trump. And also notable is when it comes to the Jewish vote. Kamala is getting the lowest level of Jewish support of any Democrat since 1988. Yes, since Dukakis. And I need not remind you what happened in that election. Now, again, what we're...
Yeah, I remember Dukakis, 88, I was 14. You didn't pay attention, but I do remember his name. David Dukakis.
Seeing here is the consistent erosion of Democrat margins. Remember, Trump doesn't have to win the Jewish vote. He doesn't have to win the black vote. He doesn't have to win the Latino vote. What Trump has consistently been doing now for the last year, what makes Trump stronger today than he's ever been, is he's maximized his own support, his own base from 2016 and 2020, which are primarily the rural working class voters. More rural working class voters are coming out to support Trump than ever before, either in 2016 or 2020. He has maximized his own base, while at the same time he's minimizing the Democrats' margins. He's maximizing his own base and he's minimizing Democrats' margins. Trump has a record number of non-white working class voters, blacks and Latinos, voting for him, such that the margins that the Democrat needs with those voters implode. So this has been the secret sauce of Trump's surge in formidability over the last several months. And now we're seeing it even among Jewish voters. And that leads to the second interesting takeaway from this one particular demographic. Remember, we've been tracking for the last several months now.
And like I said, you can't infiltrate us. It's like, you still, because like I said, I think that this was an emergency video. Nope, they got this, like, he's YouTube. He's owned by YouTube. Poor kid. Now all of a sudden, white. No, it's Democrat against Republican. The Republican Party, your party, Dr. Steve, was started because of us. It's not the white middle class. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, well, what happened? What did they do in the last couple of hours?
Take away from this one
What I'm
particular.
saying, he's trying to. It don't sound like he's trying to kick facts. Sound like they got to him in the last 24 hours. No, it's don't make me angry. It's like this is a good thing. Like, yeah, I'm military. The weak they show themselves.
Than in
Let
2020,
me watch the
with whites
rest.
doubling their support for Trump. And also notable is when it comes to the Jewish vote. Kamala is getting the lowest level of Jewish support of any Democrat since 1988. Yes, since Dukakis. And I need not remind you what happened in that election. Now, again, what we're seeing here is the consistent erosion of Democrat margins. Remember, Trump doesn't have to win the Jewish vote. He doesn't have to win the black vote. He doesn't have to win the Latino vote. What Trump has consistently been doing now for the last year, what makes Trump stronger today than he's ever been, is he's maximized his own support, his own base from 2016 and 2020, which are primarily the rural working class voters. More rural working class voters are coming out to support Trump than ever before, either in 2016 or 2020. He has maximized his own base, while at the same time he's minimizing the Democrats' margins.
What's his base? His base isn't white folks. His base is America. That's it. That's what I said. All of it now in his video. Remember, I told you I hadn't seen this guy in years, right? And I found him yesterday, but when they put him back in my recommendation yesterday. Once I made that video yesterday, now all of a sudden he's talking about white, 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 white. See, the weak will get exposed. He's weak. What did they do to you, dude? In just that amount of time? Now all of a sudden you're talking about white.
He's maximizing his own base. And
Yeah,
minimizing
you're
Democrats'
doing what
margins.
Democrats do. Identity politics. White, 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 white. That's what he just said. When I went to the Trump rally, yeah, it was a bunch of. That's what I said. And when they agree. Nah, I could tell when people lying. Like I said, I almost got to fighting with a black dude. Well, not really, because he wasn't finna do anything. He was scared. And like I said, the white dude behind me, he was happy. And not because, like, oh, yeah, I want to see somebody. No, when he came back, he said, oh, he won't even look at you. Trust me. Yeah, this is real. He said he won't even look at you. And, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, nah, yeah, y'all can try all this Democrat shit and you can have her. Because, what y'all banking on right now is I don't want to go to prison. It's not even jail because right at this point, y'all know I don't want to go to prison, meaning I didn't commit a felony. I ain't finna fight you. So y'all know that. And so, y'all mad. It don't make me. It's like okay, it's that quick. This is a good thing. You see, yeah. Now all of a sudden, white, white, white is the white. Yeah, because so they want black folks. See, they were talking about the white. No, any sane person knows it's America first, not white first, not yeah. It's America first. Y'all keep see now the video I showed yesterday. Let me go through his channel and let's see how many videos he's talking about. I mean, I could be wrong. Let's see. White, 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 but it got to be from yesterday. Let's go to 2 days ago. White, white, white.
James, how much faith are you putting in polls that show Harris is ahead in key states and nationwide?
So, let me say this. August is a great Democratic month. We hell on wheels come August, okay? You remember what George Sanders said about Dave Winfield? He called him Mr. May. The idea is to be good in November. And I tell Democrats some caution here. First of all, most quants say we have to win by 3 in the popular vote to win the Electoral College. So when you see a poll that's additionally win by
3, I can't help it. I always got to make jokes.
new show.
Was so low, they were ridiculous.
You said it, Pally. That's why I brought in the big guns. Say howdo to the raging Cajun, Mr. James Carville.
Oh, jeez. Did somebody open the Ark of the Covenant?
Now, see, Peter, what you gotta do?
That's the dude that's talking on this video. That's him. This video right here.
Not just
All right, so the lames, they didn't had the lame fuck nigga come out. I think I heard his door open. You know, is how whatever whoever paid that program pay his rent. You know, he never coming, but now I think he came out and fired up a little roach. You know, this shit that make them lazy and bums. Weed, yeah, I think he over there smoking. You know, no, it don't make you. It never made you cool. Like I said, never did. You like, well, Dre made the Chronic, da 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 da. And if you think about it, most of these niggas didn't start smoking weed till after the Chronic. I knew a few niggas in high school that smoked weed in 88, 89. It was like, you know, the kind of shit that most niggas really didn't do. You sold drugs, it was crack. And a few niggas smoked weed. And then everybody jumped in. And then Snoop even admitted he didn't even start smoking weed till he got on. And what's his first album? He didn't start smoking weed till after that. You know, and now look it up. He tells us, yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't even start smoking weed. All that shit, you know, that shit was, to me, that shit was corny. It was like, it was a joke. Weed was a joke. By 80, 89, niggas trying to sell crack. Look at the 80s. There was no fucking weed. No one nobody smoking fucking weed. That shit wasn't cool, nigga. Not because it's a drug. I'm just saying that shit just was lame. That shit was like, to me, it was the 60s, white folks shit. You know, hippie power, grass. You know, exactly. It was a joke. I got grass. You want to smoke some grass? It's white boy shit, white girl shit. Grass. You know, they call it grass. Hey, let's smoke some grass, dude. That's what weed is. Yeah, that shit lame, nigga. That shit lame. It always been lame. All the hoes think they cool smoking weed and all that. No, you lame, bitch. That's why your ass broke. And they get a few people who got good jobs, but they don't have good jobs. That's the affirmative. Yeah, all that shit is over. It's over. And it's not hate. It's not jealousy. We getting tired of all this lowering the fucking standards for you fucking retards. You know, nobody want no fucking high ass retard. Dude, look at that, dude. You know, black folks. That was that they tried to tell black folks gangster. You know, into fucking weed heads, dude. Dude, look at that, the quasars. You know, if you look at that constellation, it looks like this, dude. You take a hit, dude, of the bong. No, nobody wants to take a hit of the bong, nigga. But anyway, let's go back.
talking about. Well, I'm not just telling you, you got to win by 3. And I think
more and more lifelong Democrats are joining the Trump train in a political realignment that promises to shatter the Washington establishment once and for all. Unfortunately, the mainstream media is doing everything they possibly can to distract their dwindling audience to this astonishing, with their own eyes, are forging an unprecedented coalition.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, that new video, the white this, white that. You know, they're desperate. You're like, well, I told you can't infiltrate us. I've been said that you cannot infiltrate us. You're not. You can always go to tell on yourselves. When have you heard Trump say, "I want the white vote, the white male vote"? I get just like didn't I? When have you heard anybody on Trump team? I got the white vote, like he just said. None, never. They're trying to sully his. Yeah, it's like they say, you're trying to yeah, dirty up Trump with all this shit. Oh, the white vote, the white vote.
Hundred of 10 points in an election that came down to 40,000 votes.
And he's trying to sound, they think they're slick. It's where the stats or the polls say. That's the reason I thought it was funny. I should have said it in the first place. Polls, like I've been saying, what polls? Who do the poll? And like I said, when I was a kid in the 80s, my 60-year-old elders in the 80s, they was like, I've never been polled. Who did they poll? This was in the 80s, 82, 83. Who doing all this polling? You know how black folks talk in the 80s, they in their 60s, church people. Who are they polling? They were like, these black folk. You like, well, did you know? This ain't racist. I'm just saying. Who are they polling? And this is New York City. New York City. We in Queens, but my people, yeah, we have relatives in Manhattan, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So who are they polling? Who are they polling? This was in the 80s. Who are they polling? Where did these polls to this day? I've never been polled. Where are all these fucking polls? Everybody's asking, who do they keep polling? The polls say this, the polls say that. I was a kid, 8, 9 years old, 1982, 83, or whatever year it was. We was still in New York. Who are they polling? What polls? And so yeah, you see him talk, oh, the white poll, the white vote. When have you? So he just told on himself. When have you heard? Pull up one Trump speech where he's saying, "Oh, I got the white vote. I got between the percentage say the polls say the white vote." I'm not mad. I'm like, this is okay. I exposed this nigga. That's fine. Yeah, he just got exposed yesterday. And so yeah, he had to come back. Oh, the white they did. They said you got to do this, you got to do that.
Absolutely hilarious, and just perhaps, it's all because Biden saw the latest Pew 9% support.
Yeah, the Pew. Who do they poll? And you can say, well, that's just you. Like I said, they one of them retired from Texaco in 80s, 85. Head nurse in Elmhurst Hospital. So yeah, it's like, yo, you can't say if they retired. So no white boy, you can't. I know I'm not. I'm just saying you can't say, why would they? Well, maybe they wouldn't. No, they was educated. World War II vet, and they like, where are these polls? Where are these polls coming from? Who are they polling? And not just them, their friends, their church people, the deacons, all this and that. Where are these? I'm just listening. I'm a kid. I'm probably playing with Transformer or whatever, G.I. Joes. I remember that conversation. Where are these polls? Who are they polling? They see those where the polls say. So matter of fact, I probably could guess what year it was because it probably was an election year, presidential. Had to be 84 then? 88? You got, yeah, it was 84. It was 84 because it was before I moved. Yeah, it was 80, had to be, or 83. Yeah, I was 9 years old. Who are they polling? The polls say, and it's not me remembering like that. This is just common sense. You could just like you could piece something together from 100 years ago. If if you're an expert history, you could piece it together. This is not me like this. Like, yeah, they're talking about the polls, and this is in my life. If this was in New York, this had to be 83 because it was before the 84 election. Who are the polls talking about? The polls, because they were still talking about Jimmy Carter. How they don't. That's how bad of a taste Jimmy Carter left in their mouth. That they, the peanut farmer, the flip flopper. He's a flip flopper, and now to this day, he's still alive. He's Biden and took the cake. He's the worst president ever. But before that, it was Carter. Jimmy Carter, peanut farmer from Georgia, the worst president, the gas shortage of the 70s, all that shit. The economy. So yeah, it's like nobody, all that white. It just, yeah, you notice anybody who ain't a Democrat, you would just say the polls. And then most people will point out, but this is YouTube. YouTube they're gonna point out race and polls. Most sane people are like, we don't trust the poll because who? And like I said, who do they poll? And if you're listening to me now, who do you know anyone that's been polled? Prove us wrong. Nobody's like we've never known in all these decades. I've known nobody who's been polled. I've never been polled, and like I said, when I was a kid, all these old folks was talking about they've never been polled, that they don't know who they getting, who's doing the polling. Nobody knows. Yeah, where and then it's not just black folks. To this day, who are they polling? And nowadays, it's like, what is it on the internet? But even it's like, well, it's the internet. Okay, so why ain't people talking about, yeah, they polled me, they sent me some kind of email or this and that? No. Who do they poll? Do they act? How do they even poll people? Do they just go out on the street? Oh, I'm a poll, like the census takers. Do they go house to house like census takers? I done had the census taker. I done had census takers came to my house, on a couple occasions. And also, and Alabama, whenever the census come around, them projects people, this is like 2008, 2009, to them that's a come up, because I think in '09 or whatever, the census, they pay like $10, $12 back then. This is like an '09. Yeah, so all of them in the projects, shit, you could be a census taker. They weren't talking about a scam. They were just, yeah, they just saying they hiring you. You just go door to door, knock on the door. You're a census taker. It's like $12. That's how I know. I'm like, yeah, I ain't finna do all that. But a poll, what poll? And that's another thing. I don't know nobody who knows when they're taking polls. And think about it, poor black folks, because they got to take a poll in the hood too. They would know when they coming through, not because they want to get polled, but they want to, yeah, they want to get paid. Oh, okay. Like I said, these were folks in the projects. But it wasn't just them. It was niggas I knew before that. Everybody said the same thing. This is in the 2000. Oh yeah, the census hiring. They hire census taker. When they come around for them couple of months each year. Hey, it's extra money. $10. This is like 06, 07. Nothing about the polls. I ain't hear nothing about the poll takers, the polls, this and that. You like, well, the census is the government. That's true. All right, so the poll would be, a news, AP News. Who does the polls? I've never heard nobody getting polled ever. Even when I ain't know, well, I knew, yeah, I'm a smart. I was smart. So I knew what a poll was. That's why I remember it to this day. Like, they were like, oh, I never, I'm sitting there watching news with them. I'd never been polled. I don't know nobody that's been polled. Where do they get these polls from? This had to be 83. Or was it, I could be wrong. What was it? What was it? 88, 88, 82 then. Was it, what was the elections? 1990? Oh, you know what the fuck I mean. When it was, Reagan was 80 to 84. And then, yeah, 80, 84, so 83 to 88. Then you had 4 years. Yeah, exactly. You had the first Bush, 88. So it was 83. You had George Bush Sr. He only had one term, 84 to 92. I mean, 88 to 92. So yeah. So it was 83. And then, they wasn't, mad or, I just remember them just like, who are all these polls? Where do they do these polls? Who are they polling? Where are they getting this information from? The polls, the polls. Where are they getting these, but anyway, so I'm out of here.